What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I looked down at the date, looked at the time, and I thought, really, is there any better day to defend the Brony community than the 20th of April? Here I am. I'm going to do it. Now, there was a terrible event. In fact, there's been several terrible events that have been happening around this country that involves one person doing something awful to many others. And apparently, the mainstream media is now trying to attach this to the My Little Pony fan community, the subsect, which is male fans of My Little Pony. Even, I think I learned most about the Brony community from the Bob's Burgers episode about, what do they call them? Equestronauts? The Equestronauts, I think. Essentially, it's just male fans. By the broadest definition, it's male fans of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. All shows have fandoms. You don't have to understand it. Look, I understand my reach is large, and I have fans, viewers that are fans of all sorts of things. Heck, my first video editor was a furry. I don't care. I don't judge. Whatever you're into, cool. As long as, if you work for me, as long as you do a good job, we're straight. And if it's not hurting anybody else, then it's legitimately none of anyone else's business. But over the past few years, many publications like The Atlantic have published articles like, My Little Pony fans are ready to admit that they have a bad guy from WW2 problem. Even a niche subcult built around the magical cartoon horses is reckoning with racism. Why do articles like this get written? Okay. It's like that Vice meme where the guy's taking like dildos and chucking them against the wall to write their articles. It's sensational. People are like, whoa, there's men that like My Little Pony. This is interesting. What? They have people in their community that do bad things? That's crazy. What none of these articles, though, ever really connect is any, correlation does not mean causation. Anytime you have a large community of fans, you're going to have, just by a cross-section of society, you're going to have certain subsects of that fandom that are bad people. I have 1 million subscribers. I guarantee you at least one of them is awful. It's just the way statistics works. Not you watching. You're awesome. You've left a like on this video, and you've realized that you're one of the nearly 50% of my viewers that are not currently subscribed, and you've decided that today is the day I've earned your subscription. There's a red button right down below. Click it. Click it. Click it. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I knew you were good people. If we go back to this article from June 23rd that Tim Pool shared today, this sounds as strange no matter how many times you say it. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is a cartoon television show about friendship, compassion, and a group of magical horses with names such as Twilight Sparkle, Fluttershy, who live in a fantastical land called Equestria. It's marketed to kids, nevertheless, it has an extremely dedicated adult fandom. I mean, just like half the cartoons on Netflix nowadays, right? Who's that new She-Ra cartoon for? Anyway, most of it, which is mostly made up of men, or bronies, as they've referred to themselves for nearly a decade. Most of these men are white. Some of these men are vocal supremacists. Again, there is no correlation made by this article or causation made that watching this show makes you that thing, but they continue to push this narrative. They're doing it like Ryan Broderick, freelance writer, shocking no one would hire him. I write for the Garbage Day newsletter, okay, on the Indianapolis bad guy being a brony and how admitting we lost the battle against extremism online is the first step in meaningfully fixing things. What? The Brony fandom has had problems with radicalizing people since the very beginning of its existence, for the same reason many other male-dominated online communities produce mass bad behavior. Literally, what? No evidence. No causation. What he's saying, what this moron is saying is, anywhere that white men gather online, it turns them into evil people. There is simply no place for young men to socialize online that isn't full of extremists. Full of them! They're everywhere! Whether it's anime, you're talking... This is the most disingenuous garbage I've ever read. Full of them? Full of them. That language would imply that, like, more than half of the fandom is this thing. Anywhere young men, especially those football message boards and those fishing message boards young men like so much. Just full of them. The battle to defend those spaces was back in 2014. Are we going to talk about... And we didn't even lose it. We didn't even fight it at all. A culture battle bubbled up within certain fandom spaces, spread outward, stoked by far-right websites. Oh my God. These people are the dumbest imaginable. And you have this from today via Rolling Stone. Apparently, or I don't know if this is an ad. Maybe, yeah, it's from Rolling Stone. Do bronies have a bad guy from WW2 problem? The situation that happened in Indianapolis shines a light on a faction of subculture. Again, no causation ever proven here. It's a sad reflection of time that we live in, that where these bad events happen in the United States tend to follow a specific pattern. In the hours after the event, reporters tend to comb through their social media presence, usually revealing a lengthy history of anonymous message board postings and far-right indoctrination. Absolutely incorrect. How about the guy in Boulder who was not a far-right guy? In fact, a pro-immigration leftist. I don't even have to dig. That's like the second last one, you absolute hacks. Okay? These people aren't interested in truth. They're not really interested in if this community actually has a problem. They're just interested in saying it does. Clicks. Clicks, please. According to the Wall Street Journal, which cited internal memos circulated by Facebook in the wake of the event, the bad guy primarily used his Facebook account to discuss his love for My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, a children's cartoon series featuring magical ponies we know. Though the memo was quick to state that there was no indication that brony culture played a role in it, the bad guy posts about his love of a pony named Applejack, one of the main characters. Again, so you admit, Yahoo, that there is no causal relationship between these two things. You're just taking two things and saying they're related because clicks. Less than a half hour before it, he wrote, "I hope that I can be with Applejack in the afterlife. My life has no meaning without her." He wrote, "There is no afterlife. If there is no afterlife and she isn't real, then my life never really mattered anyway." I mean, what you're talking about is someone that we know for a fact had deep depression issues. You're talking about somebody. This is so angering and so disrespectful. Mental health is a real problem in this country. It's being exacerbated by over a year of lockdowns, unprecedented unemployment. But instead of talking about that, what you want to do is write articles about bronies. He also had a history of posting far-right content, such as a meme, not a meme. Not a meme. This is absolute fake news, all right? And they just write this crap for clicks. What the real problem is mental health. We know that this guy wanted to end it all. We know that it had nothing to do with My Little Pony, but that won't stop these idiots from writing these articles. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really do. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, April 20th, if you even remember watching this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.